Luke Walton and things like that publicly, and see if he can get things going his way by saying things publicly about the Lakers organization, whether it's about Magic or about Luke or about his own son in general. But he seems to be a person who likes to control the narrative media-wise. So as someone who's a practitioner of the media, how difficult do you think it's been for these other journalists to try to, or even in your perspective, how difficult it may be to pin a correct story down with someone as enigmatic as LeVar Ball?
I don't think it's hard because he's gonna give you the story right in front of you. I don't think it's hard.
Okay.
I think that the point you made about him controlling the narrative can be challenging. We've seen people stumble on words and things of that nature, but he's gonna give you the story. And the fact that we live, in the technology age, right? We're watching it right here.
Absolutely.
We could have not done this 10 years ago. The story's going to roll out the way it should because he's going to be the narrative. You're just going to be here playing your role. You know what I mean?
Basically.
I think that what happens in order to interview someone like that, you have to be, sharp in your craft and understand that you're really just here giving the alley-oop to him. You know what I mean? The story that
basically,
he's going to give you the headline, right?
LeVar
Ball says. They go to the headline. People are going to read it. You know what I mean?
Go.
So I think it kind of makes it easy for journalists.
Interesting. No, I'd probably agree in a sense. I think that he's, you know what you're gonna get with LeVar Ball.
Yeah.
A lot of people would probably argue that you don't know how to pin him down, but I think that he's gonna give you what he's gonna give you. It's a matter of what you're gonna do with what he gives you.
I think that I always credit my uncle and my cousin. It started with something small, but it was impactful. He'd say just get up off the bench. You know what I mean? It's like one day I just got up off the bench. So
pretty much.
To be honest with you. So I would start to think okay, it's Friday, Saturday night. Instead of being, in front of the Chinese store, where can I go? So I started to just hang out because I just wanted to have a good time. So it was a club on 19th Street in Broadway. I think at the time it was called Rome. Very popular, and they used to do a lot of release parties.
Okay.
So like when Birdman and Wayne had the Father Like Son album, the release was there. One of Busta's last big albums, the release was there. Fab release was there. So I would just go and hang out, listen to the music, just trying to vibe.
Exactly.
I had a particular spot I would always stand in, because some of the experiences in my life, I've been taught how to kind of see all the angles. So I had this particular spot that I stood in, and I think I went to go get a drink, and I came back, and it was like a group of females in my spot. So it kind of threw me off. I'm like, dang, how do I? You can't tell females it was my spot. You know what I mean?
Being a gentleman now.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You can't do that. So I thought about how I could finesse it. So I actually offered to buy all of them a drink. But I said, I talked them into going to get the drink. And when they all went, I got my spot back.
So smooth, by the way.
And so I'm talking with a young lady. Shout out to CJ. If you see on social media, the LXENTS at the end of my handle is me, paying respect to her because she introduced me to blogging. We were talking. I was like, what do you do? I mean, she's like, I'm in town from London. She's working in the industry, kind of handling touring and stuff abroad. So when artists would go to London, she handled the itinerary and everything. And she was pitching the game and flow ride at that point. She was having writer's block. I was like, I can write it. She was like, get out of here. You know what I mean?
So in the club, this conversation was happening.
No. After we got cool.
Oh, after we got cool.
So what happened was, this is around the time when Estelle had the song American Boy with Kanye West. So, you know what I'm saying? Just, it's a metaphor, American Boy. When I come to town, everything is at, where can I go? So, you know what I mean? It's like I'm her concierge, I guess. You know what I mean? When she comes in town. And so she gave me a shot at writing it, and I knocked it out. And she was like, hey, you ever heard of blogging? And I'm like, not really. I only know Perez Hilton is a blogger. It's
not really my cup of tea. I don't know, kid. I'm not too sure. No, of course.
I'm coming from where I'm coming from. I don't know. You know what I mean? She was like, nah, it's actually a thing. You know what I mean? So she showed it to me, and I was like, all right. She built a website for me. You know what I'm saying? Gave me some cards and stuff, and next thing you know, I was blogging. And then,
Fate.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Opportunity.
Sometimes it just happens.
It comes
Yeah,
back.
opportunity kept coming. I think the next opportunity I had, there was a brand LLI. It was like once like 3 or 4 females. They were a blogging team, so they were like, "Hey, we want to get like the male perspective." So I would just play like the adversarial point of view to everything. You know what I mean? And it just kind of took off, and then you know. Next thing you know, I'm writing for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Magazines, everything.
Nice.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And I gotta give you also a shout out on the write-ups he did. Lord have
How
mercy.
far is he from being #1 in receptions?
He ain't getting it.
It's a long
boy
stretch.
Jerry Rice.
Yeah. Jerry Rice gonna hold on to that for a while, kid. unless we see the game completely change again, I don't see that record. But with this being,
Good question, how far?
Yeah, that is a good question. But with this being said, I have another question. I'm actually gonna pose this to you first, Jason. Will it be worth Larry Fitzgerald putting off retirement for another year? Do you think so?
What do you mean worth?
Like, because a lot of people were saying that he should have retired, that he should that he was contemplating it or considering it. The fact he's come back for his 15th season, do you think it was worth it him coming back?
Yeah, because I think that he plays the slot, so it's not as demanding on him as, you know what I'm saying. He's not expected to catch 75-yard touchdowns. You know what I'm saying. So he plays the slot. He has his niche. I think he's phenomenal at it. So I think that even as long as his body and mind are still in sync,
as long as he's still able to make those.
He made a great transition though too. From
Yeah,
that. I think he went to the slot 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. He made that conversion too.
And he really does dominate at the slot.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, Jason, he's just a shy bit over 7,000 yards away from Mr. Jerry Rice for the yards.
Yeah, because Jerry Rice is over 22.
Oh, I was thinking like receptions.
Wow.
You say he's third in
Oh,
receptions.
receptions? Oh, okay, my fault.
Okay. Yeah, he's
Ranked
yeah,
8th in 110
he's third.
receptions. He was ranked 8th in 110 receptions and
Touchdowns.
Well, receiving
touchdowns.
Receptions total, he's had 1,234.
Wow.
And Jerry Rice has more than 300 more receptions than him right now.
1,549.
Wow.
One-
And he's not gonna catch up anytime soon.
Nah.
Who knows? Listen, we'll see how many receptions he has
Absolutely.
in his 15th season and see if he eclipses him at all. But
He can come close to it though. I mean, if he still produces the way he's always
He has
been.
Not in 1 year. He has to three more years.
At least.
Yeah, and get over 100 each.
Yep.
Yeah.
He also needs to play the way like he was playing when he went to the Super Bowl with Kurt Warner.
I'm happy you mentioned that because the reason why I said throw the ball to Fitzgerald.
Throw the ball to Fitzy.
The year they went there, right? Mark knows our friend Tim.
Before it was Odell Beckham, it was Larry Fitzgerald with those outrageous passes.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
And our friend
He had a hell of a year too.
Yeah, our friend Tim, we watched the game. He never was a fan of football.
Yeah.
But back in those days, the pad we had was crazy. Crazy times out there. But we were all there watching the game. You know, like frivolous activity going on. And he's just sitting there. He's just like, yo, he's like, who is this guy? Fitzgerald. He's like, throw the ball to Fitzgerald. He's like, every single time they throw the ball to somebody else, they missing it. Throw the ball to Fitzgerald. I'm like,
throw the ball to Fitzgerald.
That's simple. That's simple.
I'm actually happy. I'm very happy you brought that up because now that it seems as if the Cardinals are kind of going through a transitional period because, you know, Bruce Arians just retired.
Yes.
They're looking for a new quarterback because Carson Palmer just retired as well.
Oh,
They're looking for a new quarterback. Most likely it might be Cousins. We'll see. I think that Cousins, his best situation would be in Arizona.
Absolutely.
So
best?
Yeah,
Could
I
be.
think so. Especially
Or Denver.
or Denver too. Denver's up there. But the reason I say the Cardinals is because I think that he would probably end up having the most to work with, especially with Fitzgerald coming back.
Yes.
So I'm going to ask you this first. I'm going to ask you this, Mark.
Yes.
What does Larry Fitzgerald coming back for his 15th season mean for the Cardinals?
Consistency.
Right?
And he's gonna produce. He's gonna give you what he does every year, which is gonna give you consistent numbers. He doesn't get hurt often. He's on the field. He's gonna give you catches. As a fantasy player, and having him for 1 year, this guy gives you the right amount of points. You know, fantasy world. What's up?
yes.
But of course, like he's gonna do what he needs to do. But the team has to give him the pieces, a quarterback, and I don't know if they got a coach yet. I know of, they do not.
They don't have. Well, they do have a coach. Yeah, they do have a coach. Steve Wilkes was hired.
Oh, he was.
Okay. So Steve Wilkes is the coach of the Cardinals.
I'll be honest. I don't know his background yet. So yeah. So again, he needs to have a good quarterback behind him. Option one would be Kirk Cousins. Not only that, David Johnson's coming back off injury.
Yeah.
Which he got hurt in the first week, so he's well rested. It was just a wrist, no knees, no ankles, fresh legs. So I think that if you give him a good quarterback, he will. It was well worth it coming back this year because not only do they have a good defense. Like they had Chandler Jones who led the league.
Good defense, yeah.
Led the league in sacks.
Last time I checked, Tyrann Mathieu still over there too.
Tyrann Mathieu still there. You got Patrick Peterson. They're doing their job. Chandler Jones, defensive end, led the league in sacks this year with 16, I believe. Mm-hmm. So they're doing their job on the defense. Give this man some help so he can consistently prove that he is well worth staying another year.
They have the pieces. They just need to tweak it now. Mm-hmm. They just need to tweak it.
I don't think that the Cardinals are the best team for him.
Okay.
I think for me it's definitely the Broncos. And second place the Jaguars. I think the Broncos with that crazy defense.
Jaguars, you think so? We know how you feel about Blake Bortles. We know how you feel about
I should be quarterback for that team right now.
Oh my God.
Before Jason tells me stay in your lane, you're right. I should be quarterback. But I think Denver, Demaryius Thomas, Emmanuel Sanders.
Yeah, you still have a
great defense.
You still have a fantastic defense headed by Von Miller.
And then I think secondly afterwards I also do not for that, but he's actually a wild card. It would be funny when I say it. I think it's funny, but I think secondly then the Jaguars because they do have obviously a great defense, they have a great running game, and then they do have Allen Hurns and Robinson who are both pretty good.
Yep.
But the third team that I think that actually should look into it, being that they already have about 5 quarterbacks that they're looking into already. The Vikings. They don't have a quarterback.
I don't have a quarterback to do anything.
Yeah.
I don't think the Vikings. I think the Vikings found who they were looking for in Case Keenum, and also do not forget that Teddy Bridgewater is still over there too.
But I think he's a free agent now. No,
he definitely is a free agent. So all 3 quarterbacks are free agents.
All 3 quarterbacks.
All 3 quarterbacks are free agents.
So since they have no quarterback, I think they should go ahead and call quarterback.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Teddy Bridgewater as a Cardinals quarterback would be fun to see.
Whoa!
Because the quarterback option would be amazing.
Now that I'm thinking about it,
you sounded so confident in what you said with the Vikings, and now hearing all this, like
whoa! No. I'm thinking about Teddy Bridgewater in Arizona
as a Cardinal.
What?
Yeah, that would be great. Like honestly, I would love to see how he came back from his knee injury. Of course, like,
it would probably be
the
It would be the equivalent to Deshaun Watson in Houston.
Yes.
It would be the equivalent to Deshaun Watson in Houston.
Phil,
you nuts?
Look at that.
Oh my God!
Just think about that. David Johnson, Bridgewater.
Let it soak.
And let that defense do his work.
I appreciate you, Mark. Actually, not that far.
Yeah, that would be great.
God. But real quick before,
All I gotta say is Colin Kaepernick. He should be one of those people.
He needs to be. He needs to come back to the.
He should get a chance, but
at least.
This is a deep,
that's the only thing
discussion.
I need. Let's not go there. Because I'm like a whole. I didn't.
So we're all on the same page where
you're right on that.
He deserves a shot somewhere.
He needs to come back.
And I think he will. He will this year. I think this past year was. There's no excuse. There's a lot of teams that needed help, but you know what? Again, that's a deep conversation that we.
Listen.
If you're gonna XFL,
stop
it! Don't do it! Don't